Zomato gives work to lakhs of people every month. So why do so many of them leave too? It is around 10:30 at night. The city streets are still awake. In one lane, a delivery bike takes a sharp turn. Somewhere a rider stands tired in front of a lift. Somewhere a customer keeps checking order tracking again and again on the app. And somewhere only one line is glowing on a phone screen. Order delivered. But many times, the real story begins after that line. Because the world that we see on the app only has 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or arriving soon, has lakhs of people entering and exiting behind it every single month. The most shocking thing is that on a big platform like Zomato, around 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh people join every month, and almost the same number leave the work on their own too. On top of that, the company also removes around 5,000 delivery partners every month for reasons like fraud or policy violations. The question is, why is this job both so huge and so unstable at the same time? The things 𝐮𝐸𝐻𝐿 said on Raj Shamani's podcast suddenly brought out the reality hidden behind the shine of the gig economy. He admitted that Zomato removes around 5,000 gig workers every month. At the same time, he also said that around 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh delivery partners leave the platform on their own every month, and almost the same number of new people also join the platform. At first glance, this number feels strange, but this is the truth of the gig economy. Here, a job does not run like a traditional office job, where someone keeps sitting at the same desk for years. Here, people coming and going has become part of the business model itself. That is why, to understand delivery work, the word job alone is not enough. For many people, this is not a career, but a temporary support. Someone comes in for extra income as a student. Someone comes to fill the gap during unemployment. Someone has come from a village to the city and wants immediate cash flow. Someone picks up this work while searching for another job. And someone treats app-based delivery as a quick earning route because of household expenses, EMI, a medical emergency, or family pressure. 𝐮𝐸𝐻𝐿 himself said that many people see this work as purely gig and a transitional job. That means for them, this is not the destination, only the road between two stops. If you look at this model deeply, you realize that its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness. The strength is that the entry barrier is low, joining is relatively quick, and it does not take as much time to start earning as traditional hiring does. But the weakness is that this same flexibility reduces loyalty. When a job begins with the mindset of do it whenever you want, leave it whenever you want, then holding on to it for a long time does not stay easy. That is exactly why churn remains very high in the platform economy. In its 2022 report, NIT Aayog had said that the number of gig and platform workers in India was 77 lakh in 2021, which could rise to 2 crore by 2030. That means this sector is growing fast, but along with it, instability is also rising just as fast. But the story is not only about flexibility. The real pressure is hidden in the nature of the work itself. From the outside, this job looks simple. Pick up the order, go to the address, deliver the food. But the ground reality is much harder. Every day, traffic, heat, rain, pollution, customer calls, restaurant delays, location confusion, gate entry issues, cash handling, order cancellations, rating pressure, and time targets. All together, make this work physically and mentally exhausting. The face of the delivery partner does not show on the app, but the entire promise of the platform rests on that person's shoulders. If the order gets late, the food spills, the address turns out wrong, the restaurant delays, the customer does not pick up the phone, even then the anger first comes out on the rider. This invisible pressure tires many people out within a few weeks or a few months. Many workers also leave this job because there is a very large gap between their expectation and reality. In the beginning, they feel that by working longer hours, they will quickly make good money. Some people come in with a short-term financial target: to pay rent, to cover a loan installment, to send money home, or to create a survival income for some time. But when they realize that earnings are not completely straightforward, incentives can change, fuel cost, maintenance, peak hour dependence, city-specific demand, and personal stamina are also part of the equation, then the job does not feel as easy as it looked at the time of joining. That is why many people leave the platform after earning as much as they immediately needed. And then comes the part that fewer people openly talk about: fraud. 𝐮𝐸𝐻𝐿 clearly said on the podcast that among the approximately 5,000 people removed every month, a large number are linked to recurring fraud cases. For example, some delivery partners mark an order as delivered even though the order never actually reached the customer. In some cases, with cash on delivery orders, they promise to return the balance, but the money is never returned. For the company, this is not just an individual incident. It is a direct attack on the trust model. Because the food delivery business may run on technology, but it survives only on trust. Once the customer starts feeling that the system is unsafe, the entire brand value shakes. But the story is not one-sided either. 𝐮𝐸𝐻𝐿 also said that fraud does not happen only from the rider's side. Customers also try to cheat the platform. He mentioned cases where people put their own hair into the food and ask for a refund, sent fake damage photos, and now even AI-generated images are being used. According to Money Control's January 2nd, 026 report, 𝐻𝐸𝐿 said that people have started using AI to create fake insects, fake damage, and even tampered cake images in order to claim refunds. Just think. On one side, the company is dealing with rider fraud, on the other side with customer fraud, and in the middle there is also the restaurant. In such a situation, finding out what the truth really is in every dispute becomes almost impossible. This is where the company's internal system like Karma Score comes into use. 𝐻𝐸𝐿 said that tools like Customer Karma Score and Rider Karma Score give the platform signals based on past behavior about how much trust should be placed in whom. In other words, this system does not tell absolute truth like a court. It tells probability. If a customer's old record is good, then their complaint may be treated as more credible. If a rider's history is clean, then their side too can get more weight. But 𝐻𝐸𝐿 also admitted that the company cannot be completely right every time, and in many cases it has to absorb losses itself, sometimes in as much as 50% to 70% of the cases. That means in the platform world, perfect justice is not possible in every dispute. Only risk management is. Now look at the bigger business picture. At one time, Zomato's food delivery arm was considered the company's biggest business. But in 2025, Blinkit overtook Zomato's food delivery business in terms of net order value. According to reports by Money Control and Economic Times, the first quarter of 2026 was the first quarter when Blinkit's net order value went above Zomato food delivery. In the middle of this, the company also changed the name of its parent entity to Eternal, under which Zomato, Blinkit, District, and Hyperpure are the four major business units. That means the world of the delivery worker is no longer limited only to the restaurant-to-home model. An entire new world of quick commerce, dark stores, grocery flow, B2B supply, and local logistics has now been created. This change is both an opportunity and a pressure for delivery partners. It is an opportunity because more business verticals can mean more demand, more orders, and more earning windows. It is a pressure because quick commerce has made customer expectations even harsher. Earlier, in food delivery, a delay of 35 to 40 minutes could sometimes be seen as manageable, but now the 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute culture has changed the entire consumer psychology. Now the customer does not want just delivery, the customer wants speed. And behind that speed, a human body is working. On the app, fast looks like a feature. But on the road, that same feature becomes someone's breath, fatigue, risk, and the compulsion to stay constantly alert. That is why attrition in this job does not happen only because of money or fraud. Many people leave because this lifestyle does not feel sustainable for the long term. Moving across city routes from morning till night, facing weather, feeling a lack of social respect, carrying performance pressure with every order. These things slowly begin to have an effect. Some people say that even their families do not see this work as a permanent job. In many homes, people feel this is just temporary support. Do it for some days, then look for a proper job. When the family, society, and the worker themselves all see the work as transitional, then rising churn becomes almost certain. With the expansion of the gig economy in India, another big question has also grown. Will security come along with flexibility? In the 2026 budget, the government announced some welfare measures for gig workers, and according to PIB, steps have been taken in the direction of social security for platform workers. This matters because according to NITI Aayog's projections, the gig workforce is going to reach crores in the coming years. That means this is no longer a fringe sector. It is becoming a major part of the labor market. But if solid systems for security, grievance redressal, insurance, portability, and earning stability are not built for such a large workforce, then high churn may become a permanent feature. Companies like Zomato or Eternal also understand this pressure, because for them, the partner is not just workforce, but part of the product experience. In annual and investor communications, the company has kept stressing delivery partner experience and flexible earning opportunities. But the practical challenge is that the platform has to balance growth, speed, customer satisfaction, fraud control, and partner retention, all at the same time. If incentives are increased, margins get pressure. If fraud control is tightened, genuine workers may also feel friction. If customer refunds are kept easy, abuse can rise. And if refunds are made harder, genuine customers may become unhappy. This balancing act is what makes this business look simple from outside and extremely complex from within. The most interesting thing in this whole matter is that lakhs of people are still entering this sector every month. That clearly means that in India's economy, demand is huge for work where entry is quick, cash flow begins quickly, a formal degree is not the biggest condition, and a person can start work according to their need. That is why, despite exits, fresh entry continues. In one way, the gig economy has become like a revolving door. People enter from one side, leave from the other, and the system still keeps running. The question is not only why people are leaving. The bigger question is why so many people keep coming in despite so many leaving. The answer is need for employment, the search for flexible income, and the limits of the formal job market. So in the end,
Why does Zomato give work to so many people every month? And why do so many leave too? Because this sector is a unique mix of opportunity and instability. It is a lifeline for people who need immediate income, but it does not always become a long-term career. It gives freedom, but not certainty. It gives earnings, but not comfort. It makes entry easy, but staying becomes difficult. And fraud, performance pressure, customer behavior, business transformation, and the lack of social security together push this churn even higher. In the end, perhaps the truth is simply this, that behind the delivered you see on a food delivery app, it is not just food that gets delivered. An entire economic model is running behind it. In that model, some people come for a few days, some stay for a few months, some get removed for breaking rules, some leave on their own out of exhaustion, and some find their next path through this very hustle. That is why this story of Zomato is not just the story of one company, but the labor story of a new India, where the door to employment is open, but stability
If this
inside it
video
is still
has taught you
incomplete.
something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.